Well, Swifties, we've got some juicy drama to discuss today. It seems that NFL superstar Travis Kelce and pop icon Taylor Swift are not exactly seeing eye to eye these days. The tension apparently stems from an incident that occurred at Taylor's sold-out show in Los Angeles back in April. As many of you may remember, the concert was going off without a hitch until Taylor suddenly collapsed on stage in the middle of performing her hit song, Anti-Hero. Fans were stunned as medics rushed to her aid while the show ground to a halt. Eventually, Taylor was carried off stage and the concert was postponed. Well, it turns out that one of the people in attendance that fateful night was none other than Travis Kelce, the star tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. And based on some anonymous sources, Travis was less than impressed with how the situation was handled. In fact, he and Taylor have apparently been at odds ever since. So what exactly went down between these two mega celebrities? And will they ever be able to patch things up? Let's dive in and get to the bottom of this juicy celebrity feud. By all accounts, Taylor's show at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles on April the 13th was going off without a hitch. The crowd was electric as Taylor effortlessly moved through her setlist, delivering hit after hit to her adoring fans. But then, during the performance of Anti-Hero, something seemed to go terribly wrong. Taylor was mid-verse when she suddenly crumpled to the stage, much to the horror of the packed arena. Medics rushed to her side as the music ground to a halt, and it quickly became clear that Taylor had suffered some kind of medical emergency. After several minutes of uncertainty, the show was eventually postponed as Taylor was carried off stage. Later reports indicated that she had collapsed due to severe dehydration and exhaustion from the demanding tour schedule. Thankfully, she was said to be in stable condition and resting backstage. Now, while the incident was certainly scary for Taylor's legions of fans, it turns out one particular attendee was less than impressed with how the situation was handled, and that was none other than Travis Kelce. According to sources close to the situation, Travis Kelce was absolutely stunned by the way the on-stage collapse was managed. As an elite professional athlete himself, Travis is no stranger to dealing with injuries and medical emergencies. And he apparently felt that Taylor's team did not react quickly or decisively enough to the crisis unfolding before their eyes. Travis was just really shocked by how long it took for the medics to get to Taylor and get her off stage, our source revealed. As an athlete, he's used to seeing medical staff spring into action the second something goes wrong. But it felt like there was a lot of confusion and hesitation, which Travis found really concerning. The source went on to say that Travis felt Taylor's team totally dropped the ball in their response, potentially putting her health at further risk. And he apparently made his feelings known to some of the people around him at the concert. Travis was pretty vocal about it, telling the people he was with that the situation was totally mishandled and that Taylor's team needed to have a better emergency plan in place, the insider shared. He was just really frustrated to see such a lack of preparation and quick thinking when it really counted. Now, as you can probably imagine, Travis Kelce's pointed critiques of how Taylor's team responded to the medical emergency did not exactly sit well with the pop star. Sources say that word of Travis' comments quickly made their way back to Taylor's inner circle, and needless to say, they were not pleased. Taylor was really taken aback when she heard that Travis had been so openly critical of how things were handled, our source revealed. She felt like he was way out of line to be commenting on the situation, especially since he wasn't privy to all the factors that were at play backstage. Apparently, Taylor's team reached out to Travis in the aftermath, urging him to keep his opinions to himself. But the Chiefs' tight end apparently stood his ground, doubling down on his belief that Taylor's team mishandled the crisis. Travis told them that he wasn't going to just stay quiet about it, that he felt he had a valid perspective to share as someone who deals with similar high-pressure situations all the time, the insider shared. That really rubbed Taylor and her people the wrong way. They felt like he was just trying to insert himself into the narrative for attention. So where do things stand between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift now? Well, by all accounts, the tension is still very much there. The two have apparently avoided any direct confrontation, but sources say the bad blood is palpable whenever their paths cross. There's definitely a frostiness between them now, our source revealed. They'll exchange some obligatory pleasantries if they're in the same room, but you can tell there's a lot of underlying resentment. Taylor still feels like Travis overstepped, and that he was way out of line to be so publicly critical of her team's actions. And the situation doesn't seem poised to improve anytime soon. With both Travis and Taylor's careers currently in high gear, it's likely that they'll continue to move in the same circles, raising the potential for more awkward encounters down the line. Unless they somehow manage to have a real heart-to-heart and clear the air, I just don't see this tension going away, the insider shared. It's a real shame, because they're both such huge stars in their own right. But for now, it seems like this is just going to be an ongoing feud between them. Well, Swifties, there you have it, the juicy details on the apparent rift between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. What started as a shocking on-stage incident has apparently blossomed into a full-blown celebrity feud, with neither side seeming willing to back down. It's a real shame, too, because these two are undoubtedly two of the biggest names in their respective industries. Imagine the potential for an epic collaboration if they could just put aside their differences. But alas, it seems the bad blood runs deep. Only time will tell if Travis and Taylor are able to eventually patch things up. But for now, it looks like this is one celebrity drama that's far from over. Stay tuned, Swifties. I have a feeling this is a story we'll be hearing a lot more about in the months to come.